No, it was. We were in that same position down. I think I was told it's the first time in team history that a team that we've been down and have come back in consecutive games. We're setting records. Um,
Jason, what was Luka and Kyrie able to do down the stretch? I know they combined to score you guys last 13 points of the game.
Yeah, I think we've said this before that it does work, and it takes time. And I think it's just playing, and we're getting Luka's causing a problem, getting a double team. Kai's benefiting from it. Grant's benefiting from D Live, D Jones. Everybody's benefiting from Luka, but also Kai's being able to play the pick and roll with those two, and then being able to get the mismatch, and Luka being the quarterback to being able to score it or being able to find the open guy. And I thought, again, in that second half, when you look at the turnovers in that first half, we had some careless turnovers, and we knew if we can just take care of the ball, we were going to get looks. But again, I think that third quarter we came out on both ends, and I think our defense, set the tone for us on the offensive end tonight.
I know Lively had two early fouls there in the first quarter, but in the third quarter he came out and had 2 3-point plays. How was those plays able to get you guys back in the game?
Yeah, he was in foul trouble, and that's going to happen, and he's gonna get better as we go forward. But again, being able to he got great hands, and being able to finish with the fouls and knock down the free throws was big because we're down and we're fighting. And I think it just helps with the perimeter when you have someone like D-Live that can catch and finish. Then it just opens up everything. Again, he's going to make some mistakes, but I thought he did a great job. I thought the small ball with D. Jones at the 5 was good for us tonight. As much as we tried it in Denver, it didn't quite work. But again, I thought the rebounding and holding those guys to, I think, 1 for 16 from the three-point line in the second half was big for us.
Obviously, you guys were working on a second night of a back-to-back, and is there anything that you had to say or felt like you needed to say regarding overcoming tired legs or fatigue?
It's game 6. I don't know if you're tired yet. I think when you look at it could be easy where Luka or Kai could take the night off because it's back to back. But those are our leaders. Those guys went out there and played at a high level, and I thought the rest of the team did the same. But we're just taking one game at a time. We had a back to back. Everyone played, everyone participated, put us in a position to win, and so now we got a day off to regroup, and now we got a homestand with Toronto and I think the Clippers, and so we're just going to take one game at a time.
Coach, Kyrie averaging nearly 8 assists per game in the early going here, taking fewer shots than he did last season to start. What has his kind of chemistry been like with Luka? You can see after he dishes the rock to Luka, he hits a 3, gets really excited, taps him up at half court. Like, what's that look like? That development with Kyrie, just being more comfortable with Luka, sharing the basketball a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's just time. When you look at Kai, 21 and 10 and 7 rebounds, he's doing everything for us, and he fits with Luka. They're playing extremely well off of one another. It's seamless, and they're having fun. And you brought up the excitement. Kai's excited when Luka does something, and vice versa. Luka gets double teamed. Kai's wide open for an open 3, and so their job is to make the game as easy as possible for one another, and you can see that right now.
Coach, early on the shot wasn't falling, but it made me think of something that your old teammate Vince Carter's high school coach told me, Coach Brink. He said DTLT, do the little things.
Right.
And it looks like you guys were doing the little things, and then eventually when the shot falls, everything clicks. Is that kind of what you instilled early on?
Yeah, I think when you talk about the fall the shot didn't fall for us last night in the first half, and we're down 12. And I think the guys are starting to understand that we can play defense, and they showed that tonight on a back-to-back. And doing the little things, helping one another on the defensive end, rebounding the ball. And then I think our pace, again, we've been talking about it. We want to play faster. And I thought Timmy, I know the play it won't be a big one, but to be able to get the rebound and Timmy be able to drive it where they had to call a timeout, I think really helped us. Timmy was great tonight. Josh, Hardy, everyone who's playing is doing a really good job for us. But it's the little things, and those guys will say that in that locker room.
Coach, there was a little bit of physicality from the Magic team. Was that a plan in the second half to continue attacking the paint due to all these hard fouls to kind of get a stop? And that's when you guys kind of like went over in the game.
Yeah, the game is going to be physical, and so for us, we've seen this, and if we're not physical, we tend to, we're on the other side of that loss, and so we've been talking about that as a team, that we can be physical. We don't have to be '90s basketball, but you can be physical and do it at a high level and be consistent with that, and that will help your defense. And you can see that tonight in the second half. It's probably the best that we played defensively, and that group in that locker room told on themselves that they can also play defense as well as play the offensive end.
Yeah, Coach, Tim mentioned after the game just some venting at halftime and some of the vets stepping up and saying things. It's one thing to come from coaches, but how nice is it when the other guys are keeping each other accountable?
Yeah, again, Smooth, Markieff isn't going to, be the headline, but he has done an incredible job for us on the bench. His voice, being able to not just cheer, but to keep everyone calm. We got a lot of guys that can play. A lot of guys are showing their patience, and so that just shows that we are becoming a team that can, be patient, wait our turn, and then when we do get our chance, to be ready. And so it's great. Timmy did. He felt like he needed to say some things. He did, and then I think I said to him in the locker room after the game, like, he got the tee, and for me, I trust that he was trying to get himself going, and so when he got the tee, no one was upset. It's on him to respond, and he did a great job.
But you're averaging a career high in assists and a career low in turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about your development as a passer and a point guard?
Development as a passer? Man.
Pass first.
Pass first?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Two straight double-doubles for you.
Yeah, no, I like that, man. I like that. It's not the first time in my career, but I mean, I play with some high-level players, and sometimes they're score first, and sometimes I'm score first, and we just have to play off each other. And I think at this point in my career, it feels good to be able to, have the ball in my hands down the stretch or throughout tight situations or circumstances within the game, and have the trust of my teammates to just get us back in the game and do it on both ends of the floor, especially. So I have to give all the credit to my teammates for making my job a lot easier. I just got to get the ball into the right place, right time, and trust that they're going to make the shot. And it's natural for me to say I'm frustrated with my own jump shots and focus on the things that I'm not necessarily doing well percentage-wise or stats-wise. That's the easy thing, I feel like that's kind of the cop-out, but the focus is really on our team wins, our team camaraderie, and how do I make sure I get the best out of my teammates every single night, despite what I'm doing out there scoring-wise. So it's definitely refreshing to be able to get wins where, my teammates are really bringing that level of intensity and focus and want to play well alongside me and Luka and the rest of the guys. So, I'm looking forward to the future, having more games like this and being able to take my time as a point guard or a shooting guard alongside Luka and just take some pressure off him.
Go for 3 straight double-doubles next game.
Why not?
Yes, sir.
Why not?
Kyrie, I think you're one of the most skilled players the game has ever seen.
I appreciate that compliment, man, but game's bigger than being most skilled, so I appreciate that.
Well, in order to even reach to that level, you clearly had to be a student. You still are a student of the game. Who are some people that you try to learn from, maybe when you're younger, or model your game off of, or any role models in your life that's helped you get to the skill set that you have now?
Yeah, I mean, number one is my dad. He's been an important piece in my life of just being able to sit me down, at a very young age and have me watch some of the best to ever play. Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kobe, MJ. Then you have my Uncle Rod as well. I watched a lot of film on him as I got older. And you have Jay Kidd, who's my head coach now. And it feels like a lot of the mentors are coming together now at this point in my career.
Full circle.
Yeah, it's definitely full circle moment. And with Kobe transitioning, unfortunately, I don't have those same, conversations that I would have just to kind of bring me peace of mind. So it feels like I have gained a lot more brothers since then, a lot more sisters that really care about me and see me as not just this young player that's trying to be great, but just a human being trying to master their craft and have a work-life balance with family and make sure my priorities are straight and not allow the external world to lead with perceptions that aren't true about me. So I just feel really protected now. It took me a few years to get here, but basketball has been an outlet for those emotions that I felt off the court dealing with things. And I just put it in perspective. Not everybody gets a chance or opportunity to do this. But I know how big of a responsibility I have when I do go out there and play, and I'm just appreciative of those that see me for who I am and can compliment me when they see some greatness, man. That's
We
it.
appreciate you, man.
No, I appreciate you too, man.
Kyrie, you guys lead the league in clutch wins with 6. What is it about this team that when the games get tight in the last 5 minutes, you find a way?
Seems like we like close games, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, 6 games clutch already
Right.
for a start of a season. When I signed back here, I knew that my role was going to be a little bit different than it was on other teams. And even last year, we had different pieces. But I knew one thing was for certain down the stretch, I was going to have to maintain my poise and make sure that the guys knew that they could look to me emotionally, mentally, just for that reassurance that we're okay. And when you're dealing with some type of adversity where the game's not going your way or basketball's not going in the rim or guys are missing assignments, you got to still be able to collect yourself. I think I was on the other side of a few 20-point leads, and it dwindled down. I think this year we're really galvanizing each other and holding each other accountable during those tough situations, which helps our chemistry. So we obviously are going to play against great teams in this league that are going to have game plans to stop me and Luka, but it's bigger than us too. And we know that we need our teammates to play well as well on both ends of the floor, so it's more of a team game.
Kyrie,
Last question, guys.
pre-game, I heard you say, tell the young bulls I got my legs back. Can you expand on that and how you feel you have your legs back?
Yeah, man, it's been a unique challenge for me, just because before the season, I didn't get the same opportunities to go up and down. I took, close to a month off. It's been the first time my 11 years, 12 years playing in the league where, I just didn't want to be tired at the start of the season. The last few seasons, I think I've put so much pressure on myself to be ready, to be prepared. And I don't think this year felt like pressure. It just felt like just ease into what we have going on. We have a special group. I can trust these guys. I don't have to be Superman. I don't have to put everything on my shoulders. And it's not saying that I had to do that on other teams. It's just mentally you can do that to yourself when you're trying to prove people wrong, or you're trying to, put all the naysayers and opinions in the back of your mind. Use it as fuel. But this year it's just a focus on basketball and peaking at the right time. You'll hear me say that pretty often. I don't think my individual accolades are at the forefront either. Just making All-Star and making whatever teams and stuff like that. I think it's just developing as a leader and maturing and being able to put one foot in front of the other every single day, on and off the court. So we're a growing group. Nothing's going to be perfect. I'm sure some of these press conferences are going to go different in terms of how I feel. But that's just part of the human emotion that comes with this game, ups and downs. So you just got to accept it all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Orlando shot almost 60% from the field in the first half, and you guys held them under 30% shooting in the third quarter. What happened in the third quarter?
Just follow the game plan. Our defense was better, so that was it.
This is the first time in team history you guys have trailed by 12 or more points at halftime and came back to win both of those games on back-to-back nights. What is it about this team that doesn't matter if you're down, you're going to find a way to come out and get a victory?
We just gotta fight, keep fighting, and trying to win every game possible.
What happened there when, I guess referees had you leave the court? Were you in concussion protocol?
No. He just said. I got ran to his knees, so no concussion protocol.
Okay, they didn't check you for that.
I mean, they checked, but it was all good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And what do you attribute to this team's ability to keep coming back like this, especially coming off a difficult back-to-back from last night?
I mean, yeah, I said this is a great and very tough win for us. Like I said, we got to just keep on fighting, keep playing defense, and it's gonna lead a long way.
Luka, you're averaging nearly 33 points per game on the road this season. Is there something different about playing on the road in a tough, hostile environment versus playing at home?
I mean, it's different, depends which team you play. Sometimes they double me, so other people are gonna score. Sometimes they don't, so it's barely the same. Obviously, I prefer playing home.
And I appreciate you signing some autographs for the fans there.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
of course.
Luka, when you look at some of the greats in the league today or greats in the past, there's usually a mentor or mentors in their corner, and you have a plethora of those, whether it's Coach Kidd, Mark, or Dirk. Can you just kind of talk about the role, what that's like, having someone like Dirk, for example, who's been in your shoes, in your corner, and how that's kind of helped you develop?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Dirk, I was lucky enough to play with him one season. But, the thing he has done for Dallas is unbelievable, not just obviously as a player, but as a person. He did a lot, so that I think he should be a role model for every player in the league. And obviously having Jason, he's been in my shoes, so he knows what's about. One of the best passers in the world. So, I'm lucky to listen to them.
You and Kyrie combined to score 23 points in the fourth, including, I believe, the last 13 of the game. A lot of two-man action down the stretch. Why do you think that is so much more effective this season than maybe it was last season?
Because we have preseason together. We could practice together, so it's a lot easier than just coming here and don't have any practice and just get into the games. When you have practice, the whole preseason to prepare is way easier.
And how's it feel working with him? Do you guys, is it like an intuitive thing, or do you guys talk beforehand about what kind of plays you might do?
No, I think it's just what defense give us. Sometimes they're gonna double him, sometimes they're gonna double me, and if they don't double, we just keep everybody up and me or him go make a play.
Luka, is there anything on your game that you wish you were better at this point? Something that you're trying to be better on the court?
Sure, everything.
Everything overall?
Everything. Trying to get better.
Why did you guys do that in the third quarter? You were down 12 at the half, and then y'all scored about 16 there in the third quarter.
I think for the most part, just make sure we locked in on the game plan. Made sure that we made them just take more contested shots, collapse the paint a little bit more. A lot of their shots were coming in the paint in the first half, so just try to do a better job of just playing with a little bit more energy and resistance. And yeah.
You guys lead the NBA in clutch victories with 6 now. What is it about this team that when the games gets tight, you know how to get yourself out and get a win?
I think we're the trust in the chemistry, and also the accountability is at a high right now. I mean, we got hit in the mouth in Denver, but I think for the most part, last year we wouldn't be winning these type of games, so especially back-to-back. So just right now it shows that we trust one another out there, but we also hold each other accountable, and guys listen and go out there and fight for one another.
Tim, I guess we're hearing that you, at the post-game interview, you said several guys stepped up at halftime, and that you might have been one of them. Can you kind of...
No, I was listening.
Oh, you were listening?
Yeah.
Can you kind of describe to us?
Yeah, so just halftime, just just when you're having the first half like we did, just came in there, veterans just as Keith, S. Dot, Seth, D. Jones, Kai, just guys just stepping up and just speaking up and just letting everybody know that it was another half, another full half that we have of basketball. Just go out there, follow the game plan, execute everything that we need to do. Just play hard, play aggressive, trust one another out there, and let everything else speak for itself, basically.
Anything else?
Anything else? Yeah.
The offense in the fourth quarter of the last couple of games has had a lot of success playing out of double drag screens. As someone who's often the screener, like the first screener, what do you like about the options that creates with Luka as the ball handler?
I mean, for me, it's just can't give you everything, but it's just knowing personnel. I'll just keep it at that. Knowing personnel, knowing who's guarding me, knowing who's guarding Luka, knowing who's guarding other people out there on the floor, because it could be anybody in that situation. But it tends to, both guys up there could tend to be able to shoot the ball. One of them got a roll, but I just can't give you too much. Just know that you just got no personnel while you're out there in one or two of those screens.
For
Screeners.
sure. And then in the two-man game between Luka and Kyrie in the clutch, the last couple of games, that's had a lot of success as well. What have you seen from those two guys as that's developed?
I mean, nothing much to say. You just got to pick your poison. I mean, you got two of the best out there on the floor in a pick-and-roll situation. Kai can set the screen, Luka can set the screen, whoever got it going has the ball. Pick your poison. And us other three guys just tried our best to make their job easier when they kick it out to us to knock down a shot or make a play.
Tim, you've got 3 games with 20-plus points off the bench this season. Can you talk about just like your level of confidence in being that sixth man for this team and really coming in and scoring the basketball?
Yeah, first and foremost, it's accepting that role. Look at you, that's a fine. I'm just kidding. That's a fine in our locker room. No, I'm just kidding. But six man, it's first and foremost, it's accepting the role, and second is going out there, being aggressive, and having that mindset that if the first group got it going, keep that pace going. If the first group doesn't have it going, then do your best to make a difference, to make that first group job a lot easier. But obviously I can't do a lot of this without, the 4 other guys that are out there on the court with me. We play fast, we're aggressive, we try our best to defend to the best of our abilities, and just try to do our best to help the first group stay intact and keep the game close or extend the game.
Tim, I was just about to ask that. It seems like you have been effective in every situation you've been in. Do you feel like just being around the game at such a young age and just being influenced in that end has kind of helped you understand the game at a different level?
Yeah, just having a Hall of Famer as a father definitely helps. One call away, ask him for advice. He's not a coach, No, if I need him to be a coach, I'll let him be a coach. But there's a lot of times where I tell him, I need you to be my pops, and he understands that, and that eases me out a little bit to go out there and do my thing, and gives me that confidence to go out there and execute and be the player who I am.
Appreciate it.
Tim, did you see something when you were sitting on the bench? Because when you got in, you went straight to work, like no.
Throughout the whole entire game.
No, like the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah. I think just being around Coach Mose, he was our assistant coach since I got traded to the Dallas Mavericks, and then he got the job here, head coaching job here. So he knows all of our tendencies. He's been in the gym with us numerous amount of hours. I mean, we had so many conversations and interactions with one another that we kind of know what to expect defensively from him. But it's a cat and mouse game with him, and he's gotten the best of us the last couple of years. But it's just happy to get a win, finally, in their place. But the job isn't done. They still got to come back to Dallas and play a game there. So just looking forward to opportunity and the challenge.